Started the process of me moving house last week. Yesterday's day, we're going to close on the house. Then at 12 o'clock, I get a phone call from my solicitor. Yeah, there's a problem with the solicitors of the developer that you're buying from. Apparently, it's been swallowed up by a bigger firm and they've not done some paperwork internally.
No.
So if this don't get completed, you can't exchange. So last night, as we sit here now, I'm homeless.
No.
I swear to God.
My name's Jen, and welcome to the Breaking Beard podcast. Yay!
You made it back. Woohoo!
I didn't get cancelled after last time.
Adam's away, so the cats will play, whatever the saying is. We brought Jen back, obviously, because Adam's in Canada. There's a story with that as well, because he obviously didn't have a smooth sailing to get there. But we had to bring you back. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thanks, mate. How are you doing?
All right. I'll tell you. I haven't said anything to you before you came in, but I'll tell you a tale soon.
I can't wait.
Are you going to explain the bucket of beer on the table?
So Jen has brought a bucket of Corona in, and the time is 10:47 on a Tuesday morning.
I do not come empty-handed, so I thought, somebody said last time on the comments, I feel like I'm in the pub with my mates just listening, and I thought, you know what, we'll all have a beer together and just enjoy it.
I think we need to put a vote out that we just completely remove Adam from this podcast.
Yes, do it.
We'll just get Sister there, Breaking Sister Beard, and this is the new pod. I think we'd all be much happier, to be fair.
Everybody would be happier. He would be happier. Well, I don't
think he would. Like, this is his only social life, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the perk of his week, innit?
Right, George, straight to the comments, mate, 'cause we've got a lot to get through.
It's time for a YouTube comment from you.
All right, first comment from Lisa Mercer. I don't understand people. You guys are naturally funny together. I love the banter. And G Teal says, I, for one, am here for Josh's ratchet reviews.
Did you listen to last week's podcast?
I loved that film review.
Oh, yeah?
I loved it. I think that needs to be a regular segment. It was so good.
We had to cut like a section out because we were laughing that much. Like, even Adam were laughing at that because my side rated. Yeah, I mean, I thought that were a fair review. The comments have been overwhelmingly positive for my movie review. I thought that was like pretty much in a nutshell what happened.
I loved it. It was the fact that you were just like proper basically like reeling out the facts and he's just sat there like in total despair listening to you. And what I really liked is that you had to tell him to not interrupt, but he still couldn't help himself but interrupt, and you're like, stop it.
He don't understand how a conversation works, does he? He always just like talks over you. He's always in a rush to get somewhere when he's got fuck all to do, and he talks over people. Makes no sense. Man's a psychopath.
Next comment from Tibbles94. Forfeit should be Josh being a ring girl in front of all of his MMA mates, or do 5 minutes of stand-up comedy at a Paul Smith show. That'd be tough.
That would be good.
I mean, like, the first one's more feasible. The latter is not at all. I don't think Paul's going to bring me on for a slot in an arena.
For 5 minutes, not at an arena, but maybe hot water or something like that, 5 minutes.
I think I could do it,
Do you?
I might be like overstepping the boundaries.
That's confident, that.
I think... Yeah, we did the live show. That was terrifying.
Yeah, and it was also shit.
It wasn't. It was good. I think for a forfeit that you should, the loser, and I've got Adam in mind for this, should get the Breaking Beard logo tattooed on the body somewhere.
He ain't going to ever get a tattoo.
Well, he says that if it's something, like if he ever gets a tattoo, it's got to be something that means something to him.
So this podcast.
And he says this is the only like joy that he has in his life.
He could just get his bank balance tattooed on his arm. And each month he can just keep adding zeros onto it.
Next comment from Jen Stone. Love the Alan Partridge reference. Also, I love Sister Beard, but can honestly say I have zero interest in her dating life and found the whole thing uncomfortable and weird. So hoping it really does come to an end. It would be nice to have her on as an occasional guest, with Adam there as well, as I love them both together. Really enjoyed this one. Thanks, guys.
Well, my dating life is uncomfortable to live. So, I mean, you need to come on the ride with me, so I've got some moral support.
I think you've had enough rides. I think that's the point. I think you've been on the ride too many times. I think we should call it. I think we retire the Sister Beard.
Retire it here.
I concur.
Can we play this jingle though?
One last time.
One last time.
Sister Beard, sex life tales.
Yeah, that's retired. Like, I admit, like, I think we've read the comments and it's definitely a 50-50 split. A lot of people half love it, half hate it. So I don't like those odds really. I think we'll retire that. You're celibate anyway, aren't you?
I'm celibate, yeah.
Nice.
When did I say that from?
About 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Celibate. Let's say celibate taking effect as from Sunday.
Oh my God. Any more comments, George?
One last comment from Diane Allen. The guy hosting, sorry, I've forgotten your name. Is there a sexual tension going on between you and Jen?
Ooh.
That video's not come out yet, has it? You know the behind the scenes from when we went to Germany? The start. So we filmed a whole behind the scenes when we went to Germany, Austria and Switzerland. And there was a comment on that as well. I read it out. Like, it'll make sense when you see it, but I read about a couple of them comments. No sexual tension.
You know what?
That was on about a sexual tension between Adam and Jen, though.
Oh, right.
That
what?
One. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that previous comment. Well, yeah.
That's so weird. Quite a few people messaged me and said that. But you know what? I mean, to put the record straight, I feel like George maintains like a healthy like barrier when it comes to insulting me. You've gone full like little brother mode. You can just like say whatever you want now at this point.
Yeah, I think I've got two sisters, so I've just basically adopted you as a third sister and I'm giving you like all barrels. Yeah, like I think that's fair. You know, full beans, just give you as much shit as possible. I've got to join Adam in on the banter, aren't I? But yeah, I think we're good. I'm married and there's plenty of fit builders outside for you to crack on with.
So many fit builders.
Are we good then? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it for YouTube comments.
Yeah, I mean, should we talk about Adam going away? Like he flew to Montreal, was that right? No, he flew to Toronto. On Friday last week.
Saturday, yeah.
And he ran into a bit of trouble. Have you got any audio to play, George? Or do we just tell the story? You have a look.
You tell the story and I'll have a look.
Yeah, I mean, like nothing goes smoothly for that man, does it? And we get the brunt of it in the chat, which is always funny. But turns out after 10, 12 hours on a plane, or whatever it was, he got just outside of Toronto and the plane did a U-turn. So George can overlay a picture. And he's like, it's a bit late to go back now, mate. The next was like another message where the plane couldn't land in Toronto, which couldn't happen to a better person, to be honest. I said that in the chat. I'm like, you deserve it, mate.
I did get a quite animated voice note to that effect. I dropped him at the airport on the Friday night before we went. And we were chatting about the flight and stuff. He's like, I hope nothing goes wrong because I can't kind of cope with it. But we went on to discuss, which I think he put a photo on whilst he was on the plane. You get a 3-course meal if you're in business class.
All right. Yeah.
And he were like trying to be like, oh yeah, you get 3 courses. We're like, I've never flown business class.
Yeah.
How the fuck would I know? He's like, oh, you get this to start, and then they bring this out, and then you get a nice cheese board.
It sounds like a dream, just like a peaceful 10 hours, just sat watching some films and eating a cheese board.
Eating a cheese board, first class, getting to press your buzzer and having people come and serve drinks to you. Perfect. I mean, but yeah, we're fuming, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so apparently then it got diverted to Montreal, which I don't know how far away that is, but they wouldn't let him off the plane. So at that point is when he started losing his head. And that's when I gave up on conversation. I just bailed on the chat. Like, I can't be asked, mate. I had bigger fish to fry.
Block.
Yeah.
He was saying to me that they landed in Montreal and somebody on the plane, his final destination was Montreal. So he was going to, where was the first place?
Toronto.
Toronto. But because there's no customs in Montreal or something, I don't know, they wouldn't let him off.
Oh, my God.
So he landed where we were meant to be, had to go back to...
and then drive back.
It's madness. It's madness.
I wish that had happened to Adam. That would have been funnier.
I don't think he would have. I think he'd have been in prison.
Have you heard how he's getting into these countries now? Have you heard how he's crossing borders? His actual title he's giving now is podcast host, because he didn't want to say YouTuber or whatever, so he's now podcast host.
Does it not look so suspicious though? Like he's trying to circumvent like American airports because he's going to Canada to then drive over the border to America. So like it just looks dodgy, doesn't it? Yeah,
if there's anyone from American TSA, make sure you give him a cavity check on his way back out of the country. Imagine if he gets the finger up his ass now on his way out. That'd be so
Love
funny.
it.
So whilst Adam was doing that, George and I, started the process of me moving house last week. Woo!
Can we crack a beer?
Yeah, crack a beer, because I'm going to tell you a story now.
I'll get a cold one.
So Thursday night I get a van, right, George? On Friday we started the moving process. So even though we were aiming to close on Friday, but it didn't quite come to that. Yeah, I'll crack my own. Yeah. It didn't quite come to that because something fell through, but something happened. So like, right, we're going to go for Monday. But the builder gave us a fob for the garage, so we could move the stuff into the garage at the house, which made life a lot easier. But then on Friday night, as we were moving, the builder arrives and he goes, I'll give you keys to the house, just get yourself in, even though we weren't due to exchange until Monday. So then we could move in over the weekend, which I thought was quite nice for him, given that it's been 6 months of trying to move in. So it's Tuesday today. So yesterday's the day we're going to close on the house. It gets to about sort of 10 o'clock and nothing's really happened. No exchange has happened. So I'm like, this is odd. Then at 12 o'clock, I get a phone call from my solicitor and she goes, yeah, there's a problem with the solicitors of the developer that you're buying from. Apparently it's been swallowed up by a bigger firm and they've not done some paperwork internally. No. So if this don't get completed, you can't exchange. But because all the money got sent on Friday, it'd have to get sent back. So
are you joking?
But we've moved out at this point. So like the house is empty. We've moved house. So we're in this house on yesterday. It gets to about 3 o'clock and she rings me and she's like, we can't exchange today. So we've completely moved out.
But is it not legal then, as of today?
So then we had to make a decision yesterday. So George just said in the messages, going, do you want to do a podcast with Jen tomorrow? What do you want to talk about? At 3 o'clock, I had to make a decision. Do we break the chain, sell the house and officially become homeless and hope that we can close today? So last night...
This is making me anxious.
So last night, as we sit here now, I'm homeless.
No.
I swear to God. So, cheers.
Cheers! Josh is homeless! Woo!
Oh my God.
How can I logistically get that to you,
Go on
George?
and get it.
There you go, mate.
Shit, what are you going to do though? Like, what are you actually going to do? Like,
So-
let's think about it. You.
So last night we stayed in the new house because my view was, fuck them all. I thought squatters' rights.
Squatters' rights.
I like, I've got to sell my house because if my buyers pull out, we can't then buy this house. So if we don't give them this house, like yesterday, then
It's
we
not
cannot.
happening.
They might just go, you know what, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I'm sat there talking to Danielle. I'm going, and there's more circumstances to this which I hadn't talked about on the podcast. You'll find out in a few weeks. I'm going. Fortune favours the brave. We're gonna have to sell the house and just hope that we don't go home.
Oh my God.
So yeah, like we've not closed on the house.
So as of today, you are staying in a house that's not legally yours,
Yeah.
with no prospect of potentially in the foreseeable future it legally being yours because there's no paperwork.
Yeah. So all my lively belongings is in this other house that I don't own. We stayed there last night with no, like obviously we don't own it, so there's no home insurance. There's nothing. We just stayed in this house.
What about the bills? Like the electricity and everything?
I was like, you can fucking pay for them. I'm there, put hot lights on. I've started drilling holes in walls. Honestly, I swear to God. I've started putting fucking blinds up. I was like, yesterday I was like, fuck him. I've started digging up the garden and put a fence post. Like, I've literally done so much work on this house.
Brilliant.
So if they kick us out at this point, that's not a brand new house anymore. That's a used building. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've literally like done a number on it so far.
I mean, obviously, like from a legal background, I feel very nervous for you.
Well, what's the repercussions? Because I just went...
It's not legally yours, is it? So the person that owns it can just at any point be like, you need to get out.
You'd have to bring some...
I hope Danielle
Some
doesn't
boys
listen to this.
Heavy
This is like very
artillery.
stressful.
It's what?
I hope Danielle doesn't listen to this. This is very stressful for her.
She's living it. She's unpacking boxes at home whilst I come and do a
She's
podcast.
just like embraced it and gone with you and been like, yeah, man.
I love that though, that like she's at the house now, like still unpacking boxes and you're fucking here.
This is work. I'm like, to be fair, I'm
Drinking
glad
a
of it.
Corona.
From Thursday last week to yesterday, I've been doing probably 14 hours a day. Just like it's been relentless. So I'm glad of a couple of hours just to get out because it's just been doing me head in. But legally, are we in a bad spot?
Yeah, but don't worry about it because I'm a lawyer, so I can help you. On that note, I got you and Danielle, but most importantly, Tilly, a little new house gift.
Ah, you're well too kind. You've brought beers and a gift.
I mean, for Tilly's, I just had to wrap it in this that like it leaves nothing to the imagination, but I didn't want it to get scratched with yours and Danielle's, so
Okay.
you need to open Tilly's though.
Thank you.
So I heard on the grapevine that Tilly's got a little crush.
Yeah. Oh, no, right. So I say what we've got? We've got a bottle of beer, a bottle of Prosecco, very kind of you. And
It was really just Tilly's, to be fair, but I thought I can't leave
This
you
is
and
Tilly's
Danielle
gift.
out. Yeah. It's for a bedroom.
So for those that are listening, I've got a framed picture of Adam. Is this from the video that I said? And so Adam gave Tilly a big hug.
That's sweet.
Before we went to Switzerland. So she'll love that. And that'll go nicely in a new bedroom.
So
That's
I thought,
so funny.
Put it to camera.
That one.
now you get to see Adam the last thing before Tilly goes to bed. You've got a constant reminder of his presence in your life. I thought Tilly will love that. She called him. Did she say she wanted to keep a pet spider and name it Lovely Adam?
Yeah.
So I thought
she's actually got.
that.
She actually loves him. I don't know why I'm like he's an horrible. Like,
Where's that come from?
But she's proper loves him. And he said to me that she's the only kid that he's met. So no offense.
I know. He told me.
That makes him want to have a kid.
Yeah. He was like, guys, like Tilly loves me more than Noah does, and Noah's my family. I was like, well, I mean, I don't know what to say.
That's so kind. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll put it in my my house that I'm squatting in.
Take a photo of it, wherever you put it for a temporary period until you get kicked out, just so I know where it lived for
Don't say that.
a few short days.
Can you imagine if it falls through now?
You'd be living with Adam.
Oh yeah, so that was
Squat with Adam.
I put it in the chat yesterday, didn't I, George, and said, right, this is what's happening. Adam, I said we might have to come live with you. And he sent a voice note back. Have you got the voice note? Do you want to play it?
Yeah, keep talking. I'll have to find it.
You are dog shit at this.
Well, there were loads of voice notes that got sent, so I don't know which one it is.
Did you not forward it into the production chat?
Was that the one I forwarded?
Just play it and find out.
Let's see.
Could be anything.
Yeah, I said, look, I know it were an offer. Before I said we might legit have to come live with you, and he sent us a voice note back. So if you want to play it,
Let's see.
Don't tell me it's one of the rare moments. It's nice.
That actually does make me feel a little better, mate, actually, because the worst part of my day so far is just shit my pants again. Yeah. So I think that's the third, possibly fourth time of the year. But on a serious note, if you need somewhere to live, man, Jenna has the keys to my house. So it's empty, right? So if you need somewhere for any reason to live, go nuts, man. There's a fucking wanker. There's a house there for you if you want to use it. I'll be back for 2 weeks.
Oh, so does that mean you're only allowed to stay for 2 weeks?
But I appreciate that. And he's been genuine. He would actually let us move in, which is nice of him.
I will, if that needs to happen, just give me a heads up so I can go and clean it first, please.
Yeah, that was a later voice note. He said that it might need a rinse.
It definitely does. He's asked me to go in and deep clean, so let me know before you have to move in, especially if Tilly's running around.
Yeah.
You don't want her finding anything dodgy.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but it's a bit hairy territory. Is today's prospects? Because if we don't happen today again, the house solicitors have to send the money back.
Mate, I mean, I don't know how you've managed to get into this situation. Like, not you. Like, how have your solicitors allowed you to get into this situation? Like, it's mad.
They didn't advise me to sell the house. Do you know, they were like, we can't advise you to do it. But I was like, just do it.
Well, at least, worst comes to worst, you've got cash now. You can move somewhere.
It took 6 months to move into a brand new house. Imagine, I've got... If you've got money, it doesn't matter. You can't...
Go live in a hotel for a couple of months.
In fact, speaking of having money and nowhere to live, tell him about what Adam's... did Adam tell you what happened last week when he went to look at this house? So last week on the podcast, he spoke about going to see this house in North Yorkshire.
The one that got cancelled?
Yeah. So he was buzzing about seeing this house. I said, you won't be buzzing after you've seen it, mate, but he's like, I'm proper excited for it. Do you want to explain what happened the day of that he was supposed to go see it?
So you might know the story better than me, to be fair, because I just got a really aggressive voice note later on in the day. So he said that he got out of... Was he podcasting with you the same day that he was meant to see it? Or something?
No, it was the day after.
Was it day after? So he got 2 missed calls or something. He'd been somewhere. So he's like, all right, I better ring him back, and it better be to confirm that I'm seeing this house. And he got through to the estate agent, and the estate agent said, I'm really sorry, but the owners are sick, so we can't do the viewing. What did he say? Something like, what does that matter? I don't need a fucking cabaret and dinner or something like that. They can fucking sit in the house in a room and you can show me around.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason.
Sit in corner and shut the fuck up. That's what I said.
Yeah. So the guy was a bit like, can we rearrange? We're sorry, can we reschedule to next week? He's like, no, mate, because next week I'm going to be 40,000 miles away. And then I think he ended the conversation like, never speak to me again, and hung up the phone.
Yeah, I think he said something on the lines of, are you dense, mate? I'm here, I'm a potential buyer. in a strong position and you're not going to let me come and see this house. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't. And it's like, never call me again. So he's burnt that bridge, which I understand. To be fair, I'm not going to name my estate agent just yet. But after all that happened yesterday, my estate agent, I phoned him 3 times, never returned my call. Sold the house, never spoke. They've never done email me, that rang me. Not even today, they haven't rang me, and it's 11 o'clock.
That's disgusting.
So they are getting. So I phoned my solicitor this morning and I said, hold that money, do not pay. Like the house is sold, do not pay them their fee. I went because like I need to
deserve it.
I need to do something about this.
Yeah.
So if you can, I might need your help to knock up a legal letter because like they are dog shit.
Oh my God, I want to know what it is. You have to tell me afterwards.
Fucking wankers. Anyway, so yeah, like moving house is. They always say it's the most stressful time in your life, but I think I've made it a bit more stressful by being homeless.
It's just been. I still just can't believe you sat here today without legally owning a home. And the fact that you're living in it and it's not yours, it's just blowing my mind.
I've just continued to do work on it.
I mean, hopefully it'll all sort itself out, but
This is problem if it doesn't.
we've got some more coronas to just
My God.
ease the pain.
What's going on in your world anyway?
Oh, what's going on in my world? Well, my house is still, oh my God. I swear to God.
This is going to be like a real estate podcast at the end of this, isn't it? Everybody's switched off. They're going, fuck this. They're driving into a tree again. They're just like...
It's so frustrating. So I am waiting for a response on inquiries that were raised on the 14th of April.
Oh my God.
So that's a letter sent on the 14th of April with a series of questions. All the other solicitor needs to do is respond to said questions. So I'm emailing to say, are you like, what's going on every day? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we've received them today. So I thought, brilliant. This was like last week. And then she just came back to me like 2 days ago to say they've responded to the inquiries, but not addressed 50% of the questions. So... So now another letter and we're in the same position. So I'm like, I better not be waiting another 4 months for a response to a
There's
letter.
got to be a better way to do this. Like, it's so
madness.
archaic.
It's stupid. And also, I feel like this sounds a little bit awful, but just again from a legal background and knowing like the conveyancing world, like the people that work in it will be like, you know, quite young, just wanting some legal experience. They'll be put into post without real training or experience. Like no one will have the time to explain to them. So when you're raising inquiries, essentially it's to find out information to ensure that you're covering the buyer's back.
Yeah.
But like, I was speaking to a friend yesterday, she's in the same position, and they've raised inquiries to ask a question about some boiler records from 2022, even though she's got a new boiler in 2023. So that boiler doesn't exist. So why are you asking that question? Because it doesn't matter. You've got a new boiler with a service and record. So it's like the common sense, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just send blanket inquiries without thinking, actually, that's not relevant because X, they don't have that.
I think it's like an email a week, innit? It's like, right, well, where's that file? Let's have a look. What's the latest email? Right, yeah, just bang that onto, like, it's past the book, yeah.
Beers are getting rowdy.
Yeah.
Stressful, isn't it, man?
Yeah. So, obviously, you've not moved house. You're still in the same boat. What else going on?
What else going on? No, not really.
No?
I mean, I can't talk about my dating life now because of that particular comment. Nobody wants to hear it, do they? So we can't go down that road this time.
Just not in gruesome detail, maybe.
How did it go with the Irish? Do you want to back up the Irish comment? Because I know that we got a bit. You gave us a bit of grief for that. I don't think we quite told the story correctly.
You have not.
The
I got
Irish
such a
bottomless,
slamming.
Irish bottomless brunch.
You guys give me such a slamming on that one. I was listening to it like, this is just not accurate at all. And also thought to myself, like, if I ever want to go on a date now, if somebody like reverse Google searches my image and finds the shit that you will come up with,
myself, yeah.
No one's going to touch me with a barge pole, mate.
We're gonna have to. That's why we're gonna have to stop. 'Cause I did think if anyone listened to what we said, it's not gonna land well for you, is it?
I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. So Irish, it did not quite go how George explained it. We had a couple of drinks and my friend had texted me to say they've got a bottomless brunch, right?
Yeah.
And I don't really know the friends that side, like it was school mums or something.
Right.
And she said, it's all paid for, but the people can't come. Do you want to come? And I said, well, I'm on a date, so I can't. She's like, why don't you ask him to come? I'm like, well, I can't do that to him, bless him. It's like the first time he's met me. Like it's not like a very comfortable situation.
Had you FaceTime and stuff beforehand?
Yeah,
Right,
we'd spoken and stuff. So anyway, I'd waited like about an hour into us having a couple of drinks and I just said, look, absolutely no pressure or expectations, but there's like 90 minutes bottomless food and drink that's been paid for. Like the caveat being like you've got to spend it with my best mate and a load of people we don't actually know. do you fancy it? And he was like totally up for it. So I was like, yeah, it's free food, it's free drink. He seems like quite a sociable person.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I can talk to anyone. So yeah, we did the bottomless brunch. Yeah, I accept full responsibility for the fact that I had drunk on an empty stomach.
Oh my God.
And drunk far too much. And made it back home. And was just like thinking, I feel really sick.
Ready to rock his world.
And just got to the bathroom door, and yeah, I did actually projectile vomit from the top to the bottom of the door. I didn't make it to the toilet.
Oh my God. He stood behind you.
He were on the sofa, so thankfully he didn't actually see it, but would have heard me vomiting. So I had to clean all that up. And then just go and sit in the shower for 30 minutes and just question my life choices. I was just on the bottom of the shower like, what is my life? But he was like, absolutely fine. It was like, are you all right? Are you feeling okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm so sorry.
You are a walking red flag, aren't you? You are an absolute menace.
You know what? This is what happens when you get your heart broken. You just go into a total...
That's awful.
You go to a total spiral and you just sat there thinking, this is not how I planned my life to be at 36, man.
I feel for you.
But he's asked me to go to Dublin, so I'm going in a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
So I can't have done that bad of a job, can I?
No, but the maths isn't adding up now because you're saying you were going to stay celibate till Sunday. So I can only assume there's dates in between, which can't be good for the prospects.
I'm going in September.
With the man from Dublin. So you might want to like figure out this narrative, George, and just cut bits out to make it all go all right for Dublin.
So I think like the weekend of the 6th of September, I might need to take a temporary weekend off celibacy,
okay.
But then we can get straight back on it.
Well earned. Oh, it's nice. I'm glad it's gone all right with him. I mean, but what were you thinking drinking that much, knowing that you were like he was staying for the weekend as well?
Yeah, I think I was really nervous, which is obviously not good, and I didn't eat, and I think I drink really fast, so
yeah.
What happens is I don't realise I'm getting drunk, and I think I'm fine, and then all of a sudden it will just be like a woof, and I'm like totally gone. But he didn't remember getting home in the taxi either, so he must have been pretty far gone. But yeah, it was a silly choice.
You thought about going teetotal?
No, I couldn't do it. I actually couldn't do it.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sorry to interrupt this episode. I just want to take a quick moment to tell you about our Patreon. As you know, we don't take on any old sponsorships around here. In fact, we've only done 2 in the last 2 years. That's why we need Patreon. That's where you guys come in. Each week, we do a Patreon-only episode. Fancy going to watch Kung Fu Panda 4? Yeah.
No, I'd just call you for that, dickhead.
I'm not shagging you. Anyway, George, as well as behind-the-scenes content from all our trips abroad, all the antics, and all the stuff that we've frankly can't post on YouTube. There's a great community being built, and the money generated helps keep this sinking ship afloat. If not, George is going to have to go back to selling his ass for money. You get early access to every episode, and there's a Patreon-only episode with every podcast. Not only that, there's almost a year's worth of behind-the-scenes content for you to catch up on, and you can see all the antics that goes on whilst we're abroad. And you can ask us questions on our Patreon-only Q&As. All this for less than the price of a pint. Thanks as always for the support. Now back to the episode. Well, we've got a segment that we call Adam's Hellasus DMs, and we figured that you might have some tales, especially after the last podcast and all of the stories that we've had.
Yeah.
So, should we do the Hellasus DMs, George?
Yeah.
Adam's Hella Sus DMs.
She's just gone overdubbed that with Jen's. Sus DM.
So I've got 2 categories because I feel like I needed to, like there's some bad ones, so we might not go there.
Oh, really?
Like as in like not bad, but like not appropriate, X-rated DM.
Can we get away with that on the main podcast?
Maybe save them for Patreon.
Do the bad ones.
Do the bad ones on Patreon.
But they're all gay. We're gonna let's order 66 of them all. Let's just name and shame everybody.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Right, are we ready? So this one was from off the back of your podcast, not last week, the week before. It said, "Hi there, Miss Sister. Are you and Adam still friends? I hope you're doing okay, lady." I put, "Yeah, he's my brother, so why wouldn't we be friends?" He's put,
See, there's your problem. Shouldn't reply.
I know.
So it's kind of your fault now. Carry on.
Then he's put, glad to hear that. He seemed really pissed off with you on the last podcast. And I was like, I think he is getting a little bit fed up. I'm just like having to tolerate me. So yeah, that was...
I think that's all right. That's not a bad DM.
That's not a bad one, is it?
Yeah, we won't name and shame. It's kind of weird, like a little bit weird, but I think that's all right.
So this is another one. These are all the tame ones, by the way.
Okay, I might have to go to X-rated ones then.
Stay single. Relationships aren't worth the hassle. A corona will never let you down. Follow me for relationship and otherworldly advice.
That's a good, actually.
That's all
a good
right,
DM, that, yeah.
This one is a bit like a prolonged exchange, even though I've not responded. May I ask, how are you single? Reason I ask is you're so beautiful. If you was to ask you to go on a date with me, I would make sure I got you some flowers. You like? Where are you from, honey? Leeds? No, it's a long shot, but am I okay to have your number? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Shoot this shot there, over 12 illiterate DMs.
This one's a little bit raunchier. Are you still single? Again, no response. How did the move go? No response. Are you looking for the best sex you have ever had? If the answer is yes, you should try me. If you could handle it, I'm not sure you could, ? Again, I've not responded at any point. Peach emoji, no response. So he ends the message with, I guess not.
And we all lived happily ever after.
That's mental. That's a guy called Adam Smith. I don't know who his handle is. So you've got off scot-free there. Is that it? Give us an X-rated one then. Let's give the people what they want. Let's see how bad it is. And George, you might have to be a bit so.
I'll give you one more normalish one and then we'll go X-rated just because I think you'll appreciate this one. I'm coming to the UK. Can we hock tour and drink beers? And then I was like, I reckon you might be a bit young for me. But you don't like to drink from the fountain of youth. Oh, God. To which I didn't reply.
How old was he?
21. Definitely too young. Definitely too young. I've just had to capture the bad ones in my notes because they were from recollection because I obviously block them when it gets to this point.
Makes sense.
So I had somebody, I think I put this in our group a while ago, somebody that respectfully asked me to fart on his pillow. So I was like, who asked something like that? I got a topless photo from a girl, a lady, and she said, can she take me on a date? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm straight, but I really appreciate the offer. And she said, spaghetti is straight until it gets wet.
That's awful.
Which actually made me chuckle.
That's one more topless photo than Adam's ever got. That's well funny.
I know, bless her. A person that keeps asking me continuously if I have weed myself, if I like the sensation of weeing myself, if I have weed myself today, have I got any like garments that I have weed in? Somebody that asked me to degrade him. Somebody that said they'd send me £2,000 for some dirty voice notes. And
I'd start cashing on those.
Yeah. I can't do it. Morally, I can't do it. I can't. And then last week I got a lovely unsolicited thingy pic.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. It was like, I don't know if I can say this on this part, but like it was horrible and little and chody. But in the background.
George, what are you sending pictures for?
In the background.
You said you thought I'd have a nice penis. That's what you said on a podcast once.
Did you? Ooh.
And I was like, I don't know what to think of
He's
that.
a well-groomed lad, isn't he? That'll have been on a Patreon a few months back.
Do you know what probably disturbed me about it more than, I suppose it shouldn't have been more than the picture, but in the background, like he was laid on his bed and he had like grey, dirty, off-white socks. And it really like, I was like, so yeah, thank you for them.
That was...
They were definitely hella sus.
Hella sus.
And a little bit tame, but they weren't too bad this time. Tell us what's going on with his T-shirt, by the way.
Well, because you didn't give me more than like 24 hours notice that I'm actually coming on the show, George had kind of alluded to a couple of weeks ago that I might be coming back on whilst Adam was away.
Been a bit busy, mate.
Yeah, I thought so. I'll let you off. And then I just thought to myself, well, I like a little bit of a slogan tee because I feel like I'm repping Adam. And I thought I'd get the logo, but with MVP at the bottom because, I mean...
You are the MVP of this
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like I've just embraced all the YouTube comments of love.
I can't believe you're the first person to get some merch.
They look good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks good. We need to. If anybody wants,
Unofficial merch.
yeah, if anybody wants actually to get merchandise, we can look into it. But I didn't think it'd be like worth our while to try and figure it out. But I think it was pretty good.
I think just a simple breaking beard on the front.
Little logo. I mean, this is a bit
That's all it needs to
poor
be.
quality because this cost me like £9 or something. But if you did it nicer,
You should have sent it a proper logo, mate.
The idea that we had of the Adam in the little pocket was like a good idea, but it was too like small.
Yeah,
I think
it
and
worked.
It's not
That was for a
identifiable.
gag for the live show, wasn't it? So it did work at the time. But yeah, and obviously we sold a couple, and a bunch got robbed. Here's a present for you. We did actually do a merch run. We tried to like get a supplier, so we got a Breaking Beard mug as a tester. So if you'd like
can I take that
you
home?
can have that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You've given us presents and beer, so I'm going
to treasure that.
I don't know what else to give you. There's
Some champagne up there.
Yeah, some champagne over there. You want to take a sign, an old sign?
You should know that I'll be drinking only alcoholic beverages from this
That's
forevermore.
understandable at
Thank
11
you.
o'clock on a Tuesday morning. George, a lot of people have been asking for updates about the Great Wall of Cleckheaton. Would you like to fill people in on what's going on with my granddad's wall?
Oh my God. Is this still going on?
So he went round on Friday to get his like
The lawnmower. Yeah.
and I just walked through the back garden. Fucking massive! It's huge.
Shut up! Have you got a photo?
I put a photo. I'll show you. I put a photo on the Instagram page.
Who's built it?
I don't know, some builders, but it's honestly it's absolutely ridiculous.
Has he got planning permission for this?
Probably not. No, do you need planning permission for a
I
wall?
think if it's high.
So that's like it's half built.
Oh, it's a nice wall.
But a lot of people have been asking for updates.
It's a big. That'll be costing like a proper couple of G's.
Oh, he's dropped some bags on that. I don't know why. So what I think's happened is I think he's done it as a reason to live. So like, go on. He's been concentrating on this wall for months, right?
to live.
He's like, right, I'm going to build a wall. So obviously he phoned us on the podcast 2 months ago. So then you've got to get the builders, and you've got to get the supplies. Now the building is happening. So I went round to see him a week ago, and he was sat watching the builders out of the window, watching them build a wall. I'm like, is this all you do all day? You're just watching?
Oh, George.
So we're going to have to go nick some bricks or something, because I think if that finishes, that's like Grandad Gudgeon's gone, you know?
Set him on with your house. Set him a project for your house. In the
What
back
house?
garden.
Is that a dig? Is that a joke?
Your unofficial house. Your illegal house. You're illegally squatting.
I don't care.
Breaking the law.
To mow your lawn with his own lawnmower.
Yeah. I don't care.
Oh, bless him.
But yeah, so for everybody who wants to know about the wall, there's a picture on the Breaking Beard Instagram.
Did you post it?
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
I put A Tale of Two Morons. Beard is flying to Canada and then to America to conquer some food challenges, brackets, maybe have a sneaky trip to Vegas if he remembers to pack his blue pills. And did you notice he put a picture of Nurse Ricky on his Instagram story? this weekend?
Again.
And then I put, Josh is inspecting the Great Wall of Cleckheaton for his granddad. We know you're all desperate to know how this highly anticipated build is going. Anyway, new podcast dropping tomorrow.
Bless him. If your granddad were 30 years younger and not married, I'd marry him.
I think my nan would let you take him off his hands now. What else we got on the list, Georgia boy?
I found a funny video. There's like a link to it of this woman who finds a way to get on a date with this guy in a very roundabout way. And I thought it'd be good to get your opinion on
I
it.
saw this really cute guy at the grocery store the other day, so naturally I followed him to the checkout counter, and when he gave the cashier his credit card, I peeped it to see what his name was. And then I Googled him and found his social media profiles, and I was able to tell that he was single. So I went through his friends list, and I found his mother's page. And then I looked through his mother's page, and I saw that she was a member of this book club that's in my area. So I sent a request to join the book club. So I went to the book club meeting, and I met his mom there, and we bonded over some books that we both liked. And she just thought I was so nice, and I brought it up randomly in conversation that I was single. And she let me know that she had a son that was single also that lived in the area, and maybe it would be cool for us to get together and chat sometime. So I gave her my number, which she gave to her son. And this morning he texted me and asked if I'd like to get together this weekend and do something. So I guess we're going to go on a date. I'm really excited. this really cute guy at the grocery store.
I need to be working harder.
That's dedication.
That's a bit psychopathic for me. If you tell the guy that's a length that you've gone to track him down, I'd be like, running away. I know I'm a red flag for, being sick down a door, but...
She's quite attractive, though, to be fair.
Josh!
Won't bother me.
Right up your street,
Have you slid into a DM, Josh?
That's the thing, though. Like, I feel like if you do something like that and you're not an attractive person, then it's, like, really, really weird.
It's just shallow.
That is so shallow.
No, but, like...
George.
No, but you will agree, a guy could probably get away with, like, a really cheeky flirt if he's attractive.
That's beyond a flirt, mate.
But
that's like pure
That's
stalking.
stalking.
No, but like if a guy could say something to you that if a very average looking guy came up and said to you, you'd be like, oh no thanks. But if he was attractive, you'd be up for it.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, George. I'm not that shallow.
Bloody hell, all right. Just saying what everyone's thinking.
Do you get like issues when you're like on the dating sites that people will go onto your Instagram profile and suss out who you are beforehand? Is that a problem?
Not yet. So you can link your Insta, can't you, to your dating well, I don't know, you probably don't.
Me and Adam were talking about this. Me and Adam were like back when like Tinder and stuff came out. It might not have even been that. It might have been like Plenty of Fish or something. It was kind of weird for people to be on them sites. Back when
bit creepy.
Anybody that like met on dating sites, you were like, what the fuck? Why are you on this dating site? Whereas like now that is the norm.
It was kind of like mocks as well, back in the day, I suppose. You can link your Instagram, but I obviously don't do that. And also the people that do that, I hope that you don't do this, George, are quite, what's the word? Like a little bit vain. Like they want to linking in like how many followers they've got or like all the topless photos and all this kind of stuff. So I've not had that situation yet, and I literally never tell anybody like that's a thing. Because I feel like I need to get at least 3 dates in and someone actually start to like me before they can open up that kind of worms.
Yeah. Have you linked yours profile? No?
Nah.
Also, just whilst we're on the whole dating apps thing, so I sent a message to Adam yesterday or the day before. Do you know Gethin Jones, the TV presenter?
Gethin
It's like
Jones.
the Welsh guy. He's quite a good-looking guy.
The guy that's gay?
Oh.
The rugby player?
No.
All right.
We can find that. I've sent it to Adam so we can find the photo. But he's on Hinge. So obviously he's like a BBC presenter. So I said to Adam, if Gethin can do it, so can you. And he said, when he gets back from America, I'm allowed to set him up a dating profile.
No way.
Yeah.
Nah, do you think you will? I don't think you will, you know.
I think he'll do it, but just out of like research purposes, just to see what happens.
I think it'd be absolutely chaos.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it'd be absolutely. I think it'd be good
guys
for
would be swiping for him and everything.
Do you not like set your parameters?
I think you do.
But if
but
there's like gay guys on there that are looking for men, they can see his profile even though he's straight, I think.
Yeah, I've had like girls popping up on mine.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, fair play then. I don't think he'll do it though, because I think the idea of dating for him would be like insufferable.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Imagine him trying to like small talk anybody.
Going on a date with a stranger.
Because he's a special kid, isn't he? Like
he is.
He needs a carer.
I feel like he just want to do it to just like rock up in his souped up car and just like see people's reactions to it. Like, oh my God, who's that?
I can just imagine how he'd be though if he like went on a date and it just wasn't going well. How he'd just switch off.
Have you watched The Undateables?
Yes.
That's what Adam would be like.
So, it appears we both have autism.
Should we sign him up? Somebody send an application in.
Send an application. It's a newspaper. We'll send a cut out.
Lonely Hearts.
What's next, George?
Should we play the Big Fact Hunt?
Let's go.
So, I've got 3 questions each for you this week because I thought I'd
3.
pad it out a little bit this week. So, who wants the first one?
Is mine going against Adam's
3
record
questions
again?
each?
3 questions each.
Jeez.
So, I'm going to say you have to get all 3 questions right.
What?
Big dog. All right.
Because Adam, I think, is quite close to
Failing.
The end.
Is he, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's going to go
So-
against his record if I lose.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people's watched him get choked out?
It's like
100,000 views. It's had.
I feel like that's a proper, like, satisfying thing, innit? Just to watch him get, like, headlocked.
Oh, yeah. But best part of that day is when he tried to, like, after doing all that with Danny Mitchell, he tried to tackle me down and I choked him out. Like,
That was so funny.
satisfying. I was like, fucking yes.
I was laughing at him because I said to him, like, Danny, you don't realise until you see him next to Adam. He's a big lad, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Danny, like,
Yeah.
proper, like, stocky.
Yeah.
And Adam was just like a little hopping around like Tigger. It was the best thing I've ever
Tigger.
seen.
Right, what's the first question?
Ladies first, there.
Okay. What is the national flower of Japan?
I am going to say lotus.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, because nothing else.
It's a shit game. If you get this wrong now, you fucked out. Because you don't get off real, right?
What is it?
Right, you're
It's
fighting
the
Danny
cherry
next.
blossom.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Should
that
have
does
known
make
that.
sense. That does actually make
It
sense.
does, doesn't it? I love cherry blossoms as well.
All right, Josh.
What is the national flower of Hawaii?
What's the capital of Canada?
I actually don't know that. I don't actually know which one it is. Toronto, Quebec, Montreal. I should be Toronto.
Don't look at me.
Toronto, I don't know. It's wrong, isn't it?
Toronto.
Yeah, go on.
Yay!
It's-
Can we make a comeback now?
Yeah, it's Ottawa.
Not even.
I
Not
wanna-
even.
I wanna
None
guess
of
that.
the
I was
ones.
going to say Vancouver.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to sort of change this now. Let's see who just gets the most right, maybe. Or if you
Yes.
get them all wrong, fuck it, you both down. Right. Which artist painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in Rome?
Jesus Christ. That wasn't my answer.
Jesus Christ.
Leonardo da Vinci. Oh, for fuck's sake!
It was Michelangelo.
Oh! Did you know that?
No, I'd have said that as well. We are shit.
This is much more fun when we're both like as stupid
I
as we are.
hate these. Adam's obviously the
You've been
autism's
Beating
good
him,
though.
though.
brain,
Like,
man.
you've actually genuinely been beating him. Like, not
don't
even
know.
been making your questions easy.
I don't know how. This is the first time in 4 rounds doing this now.
We should have done like the kids version, like Trivial Pursuit
Yeah.
Kids.
Okay, Josh. What is the all-time most streamed song on Spotify to date?
Didn't we just do this like the other week?
No. It was the top artist. This is the most streamed song.
Oh, that's a tough one. Cheesecake.
I think you'd be like, yeah, garlic bread. I think it'd be like Gangnam Style or like Baby Shark. Maybe Gangnam Style. You know the
By Psy.
Psy, yeah.
Okay, like final answer.
Well, I'm gonna say no because you just went, oh, okay. As if it's like,
You gotta lock it in now.
as if you're like, yeah, fair cop actually, but it's not that. Go on, we'll stick with that.
It is Shape of You, Ed Sheeran.
Wow.
What, really?
Never?
Yeah.
What? Of all the classic songs out there, and that's up top.
I don't believe you.
Didn't write down how many streams it had. Hang on a sec.
I think it's a lie.
No, it is. Shape of You, Ed Sheeran.
I don't think that's a particularly good song either.
No, of all of his songs, that's definitely not one of the best, is it?
Well, it's one of the most popular, though.
Well, obviously. You got the
Yes.
stats. All right, I don't
Quizmaster
know.
over there.
He gets a bit carried away with his button board over there, doesn't he?
It has 54 billion total streams. That's not just on Spotify, but that's like across everything.
Shut
54 billion. That's fucking ridiculous.
Bet he's got a bobber to it, bang.
It's a bit more exciting now, though, because it's coming down to the last round.
Yeah.
The decider.
A question left each.
Oh, God.
Okay, Jen. Which football team is known as the Gunners?
Arsenal.
R.I.P. headphone users. Okay, Josh. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean?
Are you fucking joking me?
You should know that, I think.
What?
I feel like everyone knows that.
Just to make you feel a little bit better, I don't know who it is.
You don't know who it is?
I don't know who it is.
Fucking Mother Teresa, I don't know, who flew across...
Well, the only way I think you would know that is from watching like Night at the Museum or some shit. She's in that.
George, respect. I feel like when you say it, I'm going to know who it is, but I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top.
The first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean.
Your nan. I don't
Naughty
know.
Gran?
Naughty Gran, Mile High Club, 1956.
It was Amelia Earhart.
Oh, I'm going to, yeah.
Oh, we're close then.
Have you heard of her before?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. So,
I think my nan
Gen
invented
one
Mile
today.
High. Yes!
1 for 3. Yes. 0 for 3. You're both shit.
God's sake. How long are we going for?
50 minutes.
Oh my God,
It
time
goes quick,
flies
doesn't
and you're
it?
having fun, doesn't it?
Shall we wrap it up with a fest pit?
Absolutely, yeah. We'll go over onto Patreon.
Okay. Okay, first one. As a 38-year-old married father of 2, whose wife has lost all interest in sex, I've realised my penis has done all it's ever going to do. Currently having a shed built in the garden where I plan to build model planes until the sweet release of death.
Oh my God. Did you say 38?
38?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's Adam, that.
That's a bit... has he written that?
Tweet from last year, Adam Moran.
Oh, his shed sounds like it's going to be a fun place to be, though.
Sounds like he needs an upgrade.
Build a wall. Next one. Went on a date with a guy. He looked a bit dirty and actually stank a little. Oh. He talked a bit and we ordered drinks and food, and I noticed flashing lights outside and the police came in. And it turns out he saved a little girl from drowning and didn't want to be late for the date.
Is he still single? Did that date go well?
A hero.
He's a hero?
Wow.
Is that legit?
Fuck knows. I don't know.
Somebody commented.
These aren't fact checked.
Somebody commented saying on last week's podcast saying, "Oh, Fest Pit, you're just reading word for word from Fest Hole."
Well, we used to call it
you should
Fest Hole.
you should really call them out and give them props for it. And I'm like, we used to call it Fest Hole. We always have told people got it from Fest Hole on Twitter. Like we haven't hid it.
We only changed the name because it's like their name.
Yeah, people get angry, man. Angry on the old interweb.
Yeah.
Anyway, last one. Was the last person on a Zoom meeting. Just after my boss had left, I said, "Thanks for nothing, you useless ball." As I clicked end meeting, I remembered the meetings are recorded and archived to a system I can't access. Hope no one watches it. He is a useless ball.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Like, remote meetings are proper dangerous, to be fair. Like, getting recorded, like auto-recorded and the camera and stuff.
Do you have to do all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. I run a session and it's recorded, but then they go out into breakout rooms, which is like small little groups,
Yeah.
and I'm just in the main room waiting for him to come back. And it's literally just me, but it's recorded so that they can watch it
So you're
back
like
if they
making a
want
cup of
to.
tea and that?
I'm just like sat there like...
Farting, making a cup of tea.
No makeup on, like... like, I can't... Nobody needs to watch this back in their life. It's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, I don't do online meetings. I don't do many meetings anymore, do I, George? I come in for about an hour a week at the minute. Come in to do a podcast and leave.
Did you not... we're not covering the Reddit stuff. Did you not fall down the Reddit hole? Was that not on the agenda?
Oh, we did that last week, didn't we? Have we got some more of that?
I had a bit of like a Reddit thing, but it was more to do with Adam, really. But I can
good or
I
bad?
can cover that.
Go on, let's go on.
Is it bad or good?
Someone posted on the Beard Meets Food Reddit saying, claiming he's never watched Man vs. Food. What a load of utter bollocks. I remember in the past he addresses some Twitter spat he got into with Adam from Man vs. Food. He's definitely watched it, but is that petty he wouldn't even admit to it or call Adam by his name all these years later. Quite pathetic in my opinion. And then someone else commented saying, shut up, Adam from Man vs. Food.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like a couple of years, when we just started the podcast, they had a little back and forth on Twitter. He called that Adam Richmond a nipple.
Yeah.
And then Adam Richmond responded saying something like, lions don't concern themselves with thoughts of sheep. Which I thought a pretty good comeback.
Well, what's he doing these days?
Don't know where he is. Doesn't he sometimes do the charity football thing? What's it called? You know that Robbie Williams started?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Soccer Aid.
Yeah, Soccer
Yeah.
Aid.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been
don't
on
know.
that.
Don't know.
Which Adam will be fuming about because he'll definitely
I doubt
want to
it'll
get
be
on.
that fuming though.
He could get on it if he wanted. He chooses to be not like mainstream, doesn't he? He's like awkwardly just.
I
out.
saw something the other day. Gordon Ramsay's back with Kitchen Nightmares, new series. Love that, me.
I do as well. I emailed Gordon Ramsay's agents and I haven't had a response yet to try and get Adam and him together.
Want to do a video together?
Really?
That would be sick.
That would be really good. I feel like Gordon's a bit too like, because like I said to Adam, like it's not bad content in it, but it's slightly distasteful, I suppose, what he does.
Who,
Like,
Gordon's?
No, Adam like eating like loads of food.
right,
Like,
yeah.
So I feel like he wouldn't want to.
There's benefit for both parties, though. I think.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He had that Uncle Roger or something. You know, have you seen it? I don't know. I'm butchering this kid's name. What are they called? Uncle. Oh, my estate agent's ringing me now. I'm homeless, mate. Fuck off. It's 11:45 the day after I'm homeless, and they just decided to ring me now. They didn't ring me once yesterday.
It's really bad, isn't it? Really bad.
I'm not answering that. They can bollocks. I don't know. Some there's some dude that he's done a bit with, but I think Adam's would be really good on Gordon Ramsay's channel. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
vice
that's my
versa.
estate agent. Shall I answer it on the podcast?
Go on then.
Hello.
Hi Josh, it's Bryony.
Yeah.
Hello, they've got the money, so it's all done now. All completed.
So I'm not homeless anymore.
You're not homeless anymore.
Result.
Win-win.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, all done. So obviously you've already got the key, so there's none of that to sort out. So yeah, I'll email you a similar letter just to confirm completion and just give you a bit of information of what happens next in terms of registration and things, what we have to deal with at the land registry. But yeah, all done.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
No, you're very welcome.
All right.
Glad you're already settled in.
I won't say settled. I had a bag packed.
But yeah, all done, Josh.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a good way to end the podcast.
It's all done, Josh. It's all done.
Jesus Christ. Should we do a Patreon? Yeah. Oh, tense. People think I was made up. That's legit the best one. No wonder estate agent wants to ring me. She can fuck off at his age. Anyway, see you all on Patreon. Thank you.
Bye.